Thank you. I just want to read a small portion from the scripture. It is taken from the book of Isaiah, chapter 35, the last portion of verse 8. It reads like this: Whoever walks the road, although a fool, shall not go astray. Isaiah is talking about a heavenly or a holy highway. People are going to the celestial city. He says there may be fools walking there, but they will not go astray. In Malayalam, I like the Malayalam translation a lot. I remember this always in my meditation. വഴിപോക്കന്മാർ ഭോഷന്മാരെങ്കിലും വഴിതെറ്റിപ്പോകുന്നില്ല. I think I can summarize my whole life in that one portion of the scripture. ഭോഷന്മാരായി ഫൂൾസായി ജീവിക്കുന്നതായ ഒരു ജീവിതത്തിൽ God transforms it in a way. It is amazing in a human sight, but it's all God's plan. Just to give you a few background information about us, we got married in New York, as I said before, on October 21, 1972. We came a few years earlier, in 69 I came. I think she came in 1970. We lived in New York many years. In 1984, because of a corporate relocation, I was transferred over to my corporate office here in New York SeaWorld. The SeaWorld was part of our operations, the publishing division. And we came here. There was no, as we heard before, there is no Malayali Pentecostal brothers or sisters in this town at that time. About 2-3 years, we were commuting to Lakeland and Bato area to worship God, and we attended some English services here. But God has laid out in our heart that God has a purpose. That's how the small prayer fellowship has started. When we came, we had 3 children, two girls and a boy. Our oldest daughter was about 8 years old. Our son was about 5. Our little daughter, Princey, we call Elizabeth, she was about 1 year old. I was traveling extensively. There was no brothers here. I want to give you one incident. It's a very small incident which can be related to many different ways in our lives, because many people have recently joined our church, and Orlando came here. You may experience similar situations, but that might give you a little glimpse of how God could do things amazingly and differently in situations you will face that you have no control of. I was traveling to Philadelphia. I was, as corporate division's CFO, with my president, we were traveling together to Philadelphia to look at a company that we want to acquire. We reached there, as you know, during that time, it's about 35 years, 40 years ago almost. There was no cell phone. Only place you can go make a call is through the toll booth, the phone booth, or you get to the hotel. You travel, you take the plane, you go check in, and you rent a car, you go to the hotel room, it's the time when you get to call the family. I called. It was almost about 8 o'clock in the night. And she told me, our little daughter, Princey, had fever. She didn't know how much because we just moved. We have not settled down. She asked me when I come if I would bring a thermostat to check the temperature. I said, well, what happened was whatever the lack of communication, I did not make it clear, or she did not understand me clear. She didn't realize I was in Philadelphia. My intent was, when I come back from Philadelphia, I'll bring the thermostat. And she wanted right away because she is running high fever. My son was sleeping, almost half asleep in the next room. He was only 5 or 6 years old. He woke up, rubbed his eyes, and came and told, Mom, Daddy's in Philadelphia. That's the time we realized what the difficult situation, how to be handled. And there is no other brother or sister we could call and come and help us. The reason I said was that in itself would have been a separation issue. It could be a trouble issue. It could be an argument issue. It could be an issue that cannot be controlled and may have led into many problems in life. But God sustained us. God heard our prayer, and she was made well without any much problem. And thank the Lord for His mercy. So situations can happen in life in such a way which we have no control of. But God is there, as I mentioned before. We are in His hands. All the depth of the world, the earth is in His hands. And I am assured in the last 50 years, I was in God's hand. We were together in God's hands. And God has been blessed me with such a beautiful young lady in my life for the last 50 years. I want to give you some statistics on that. You know how many days she has lived with me? 18,262 days. And every day was a joy to do that. We had our ups and downs, of course, but God has been so merciful. She stood by my ups and downs. She was there all the time. And that you can convert into 438,288 hours. Every hour she stood by me. You want to know what the minutes are? 26.39 minutes. She stood by me. I thank God for His mercy on our lives. God has been so gracious. And again, brothers and sisters, for the last 35 years, God has been faithful to each and every one of us. Thank you, all of you, being our best friends, being our mentors, being our well-wishers. Your smile, your shake hand, your a good word has touched our heart and enabled us to stand by for the glory of God in this town. Without that, we could have never been able to do that. You have invited us to your homes. We have treated us in many places. We have respected us. You loved us. You prayed for us. And every one of you, your smile, your handshake, a good word has been such a gracious thing in our life. Without that, we would have never been standing here together. More than that, for the last 15 years, two people has been part of our life, which I have not experienced in my many years of my Pentecostal life. I have been born in a Marthama family at a very young age. I was converted to Pentecostalism because my uncle, George Bilal, is called, is first converted to Pentecostalism. We were able to follow that faith in all of my life. But I never had the opportunity to have 15 years of one pastor ministering in one church. This is a unique church. This is a church God has a purpose for. This is a church we are proud to be members of. It is again, it's not human endeavor. It is God's hand, and in our eyes, it is amazing. That's all I can say. Dear brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for all of you being here, and those who have come from outside, are not members of the church, either our friends and relatives. Many of you have come. And also, by the way, there was a time, after 6 months we moved from New York. My brother-in-law, Daisy's father passed away in Detroit. We had no place to take our children, 3 children, 1-year-old, 5-year-old, and 8-year-old. Our brothers and sisters in Lakeland, Brother Susan Joseph and Philip Joseph, they cared for them. Brother Alexander George and family has been part and parcel of us for the last 38 years. The late our brother Joseph, Abraham, and Jaina, and that family, and all of you brothers and sisters. I can name all of your names, but you have been part and parcel of our life, and your prayers and your support made us stand here together in this 50th wedding anniversary. And I want to thank you for joining us, please, in the fellowship hall, and to have a meal together. It's nothing that we want to brag about, but it is just a fellowship, just a simple thing together. We want to thank you for your prayers and support in every way we can be helpful. We will be happy you are in our prayers. God bless you all. Thank you all for being here with us, and God bless you all. Thank you.